I'm not like, I don't know if I'll go overseas, but I would like to explore the States more. Like,
Yes, there's so much in the United States that you need to explore, and that
exactly.
is one thing that I wish I kind of had done. But when you're working, you don't have that
Exactly,
luxury.
exactly. I don't have the time
Uh,
to do that, so
exactly.
that's why I'm
But you
trying.
get
That's why I'm
hit
trying to make it before 40. I got.
right. Better hurry.
I know. I mean, I'm only
Um,
20. To another episode of Just Joshin. Today's guest is my aunt Janie, currently living that retired life. So without any hesitation, let's hop right into it. Welcome, Janie.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
Good, good. I'm very excited for this episode. You've got a lot of wisdom, and you just got a lot. I'm sure you got a lot of stories, fun stories you could talk about, or just fun life experiences. You are.
A lot I can't talk about though on the internet.
That's all right. We'll keep that for the
my
Georgia trips. We'll keep that for the
my
Georgia
lips
trips.
are sealed. Exactly.
Perfect, perfect. So real quick, let's we'll do a little background of who you are. You like kind of where you grew up, and then you've lived in multiple different states, and then now you're living a retired life. Retired a little early, so that's nice, a little better than most people. But so give us a little
Indeed.
rundown. Give us a little rundown where you kind of grew up, and then now where you're at.
Okay. All right. Grew up in New York, upstate New York, in South Fallsburg. Moved down to Florida with my folks after Grandpa and Grandma, well, your great Grandpa and Grandma,
Yeah.
retired, and which was in ninth grade, which was, I guess, about 74, and moved to Davie, Florida, down the street from Uncle Bill, and was there for many, many years, went to high school at Cooper City, and let's see, moved out of the house, out of my folks' house after high school, after I got a job at Publix. Yay, Publix! And which is why I retired so young. So anyway, retired. Next day moved up to Georgia, and I live on a lake, and that was one of my goals. I wanted to live on water where I could just walk out of the back door and hop on a boat and sail away. And that's where I am.
Yeah, buddy. How old were you when you retired?
I was 54.
Nice. It's like what?
My original goal was 45, but I didn't make that. That's hefty.
That's tough. Yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
tough. That's
Yep,
my
absolutely.
goal's 40.
Oh, dude, you better find a winning lottery numbers.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you won the lottery before.
Yeah, I have. A
So
little one.
tell
but
us, yeah, tell us a little
one.
about that. What was that?
I play Powerball, Lotto, Fantasy 5, just, dabble in it, hope
Yeah.
to be one of those people. And one day I came home and I noticed that I had lottery tickets that I hadn't checked. So I sit down at my desk and I'm checking it and I'm going through and I circle my numbers that I win,
Yeah.
and I circle and I'm looking. I said, "Oh, sugar," and I'm circling and I go over and I say, "Hot dang!" I said, "This has got to be something," because a lot of times you win four numbers and you get $100. Well,
No,
long
yeah.
story short, it was four numbers and the Powerball, which was 50,000. So
Wow.
I took my brothers and sisters and their spouses to Las Vegas to celebrate.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyone win money there?
No. Losers.
Bunch of
Losers.
losers, yeah. So you lived in New York, obviously, and then you said you moved to Florida, and then now you're in Georgia. Are those the only three states you've lived in?
Yes, sir.
What's
Yep.
obviously, I mean, you're retired right now, so it's a little different, but like, what do you miss the most, New York or Florida? Or do you like where you're at with Georgia?
Well, I like where I'm at, and the reason I moved to Georgia, I enjoy seasons, the four seasons. In
Yeah.
Florida, Florida's very nice, but it's hot and humid and
Hmm.
extremely hot. I mean, I go down there on vacation and you just walk outside and you start sweating.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to come up here where you have some cool air, and I enjoy the weather up here because it doesn't get a lot of snow,
Yeah.
so you can enjoy the cool air, and it even gets cold. It gets in the 20s sometimes,
Yeah.
but you can enjoy that without the mess of all the snow.
Yeah, like New York.
But I mean, one of my goals, which won't happen, but I always wanted to have a home in Colorado because I enjoy that wildlife and that scenery out there. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah,
Have
I've
you ever
heard.
been out there?
No, but I've heard a lot of things about Colorado.
Colorado is gorgeous. It is just stunning, stunning.
Really? Well, maybe Rachel and
Yes.
I'll have to take a trip there or something because I've literally like you're like the fifth person I've heard that's like, oh, I want to move to Colorado, and I'm like, I don't understand. I've never even
Well,
like.
that's because marijuana's legal out there. If it's your friends.
No, no. One of them was my when I was student teaching. He was my host teacher. He was like
Oh, cool.
his goal was to move to Colorado Springs. And I was like, oh, I've never or not. No, not Colorado Springs. What's the big city like the one that like everyone? My God, might be the capital. What's the capital of Colorado? You know, off the top of your head?
No, nope.
I can't remember. It's one of like the main cities in Colorado. I'll probably end up remembering it.
Denver?
Maybe it was one. I feel like it was something Springs. I don't know. Leo. What the fuck? God damn it! All right.
Give him a bone.
He did have the bone. He was digging at it. Eat it. All right. All right. So we were talking about when you said Florida, it reminded me of when we were down when we went to Disney at like a few summers ago with Grandma and Grandpa. I remember every single day, like you said, go outside and you're just sweating, and that's like a big
It's
reason I don't want to. I don't know if I want to move to Florida. That's because I can't, I'm not. I like the heat, but I can't do it every day. Like
Well, North Florida is much easier,
yeah,
and less humid. You know, sort of where your grandma and grandpa live.
yeah,
Even a little further north, the weather, because it gets cool there. It doesn't get per se cold,
no, yeah,
but
not scorching heat, hot like it is
no,
down
no.
like Miami.
But
Is
it
probably
does
super
get
hot.
it gets hot. Yeah, South Florida is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I can't do it. I can't do that.
I'd never
crazy
move
heat.
there again.
No. How long do you
No.
live there? How long do you live in South Florida?
In Florida from 74 to 2014.
Wow. Holy shit. It's like what's that? 30 years? 40?
It's a long time.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my god.
Long time.
That's
But
wow. That's a long time. So so what why so you said with Publix. So give us your success story. What happened with that? Like cuz I know
my success story. Well, really, I went to work for them because I needed gas in my car. You know, I'm right out of high school. I wanted to go to the beach, so I said, "Shoot, I got to get a job." And as a matter of fact, Uncle Brian, when he would come down for the summers and stay with Grandma and Grandpa, he worked for Publix with his little clip-on ties. He'd wear. You got to ask him about that. But
I've been
anyway,
trying to get him on here, but he's not too much. He's not
nah,
great in front of the camera. He's not that kind of guy.
well, everyone's not, but
No, I know.
but anyway, where was I?
Talking about Publix and him with the tie.
Yeah, but I got a job with Publix, and it was pretty darn good money, $3.10 an hour
Sheesh,
back then.
making a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. Woo! What are you gonna do with all that money? But as you get into management, you know, you see that it starts building up, and you get more money, and so I worked my way towards management.
Yeah.
Then I worked my way up. Then I got career focused. And when I saw all the moolah coming in, because, you know, they give you a lot of benefits along with your paycheck. You know, you get insurance, they give you insurance, They give you paid holidays. I mean, it's a pretty darn good deal. And they give you profit sharing.
Yeah.
So they deposit money, depending on what you make, they deposit money in your retirement that you don't even, in my retirement, I didn't put anything in there. Publix put all that in there.
Nice.
But anyway, became a buyer, and throughout a series of supervision jobs became, what were they called back then? I was a merchandiser. I was a BIA. I don't think what that stands for is bitch in action. Sometimes it was, but
I'm sure the employees referred to them as bitch in
yeah,
action.
right. That was business improvement analyst. You know, they just had a series of acronyms,
Yeah.
you know, for different jobs. But anyway, I wound up running the Miami division delis
Yeah.
as a retail coordinator for many years, and enjoyed it.
Nice.
And then I got to the point where that corporate stuff was, we just had enough, and it was time to go. So I set a date, February 28th, 2014, and I retired on the 28th and was up here on the 29th.
Wow. So
Actually, if it was a leap year.
Oh, there you go. So you retired at 54, you said, right? 54.
Yes, sir.
And then
Yep.
So why Georgia? Have you always had your eye on
What-
Georgia or what?
No, I had a little cabin up in Blairsville
Okay.
that I, several years ago, I think it was maybe 2006, 2007,
Mhm.
I bought as I thought a retirement home, but it was a cool little cabin out in the woods with a little stream running through it, through the yard, and realized that it got cold up there because it's right on the North Carolina Georgia line.
Yeah.
But it was too small. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. I mean, real small, probably 900 square foot cabin.
Yeah.
But it was, very cool. I had it decorated nicely, and I actually bought this home before I retired. So I sold that and bought this home when I just determined I want to move to Georgia full time after I retire.
And then
But way further south. I live in middle Georgia.
no, yeah. And so any regrets moving to Georgia? You love it. I feel like you're pretty happy. So
I love it. I do love it. I wish I could bring all my friends and family with me, obviously, but I mean, I made a pretty bold move, moving up here by myself with my dogs. They're gone. Those dogs I moved up here with, but I mean, it's gorgeous, and it's not going to be my last home. I'm going to probably wind up moving back to Florida.
really,
Probably in the Villages.
like, are you talking you're talking northern Florida, right? You're not going south
Yes,
again.
yeah. Near your parents. Because have you ever heard of the Villages?
No.
It's a retirement, Josh, it's the coolest place. It's like, it really is. It's like 70-something square miles of this, I'll call it a neighborhood for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But everyone drives
So community?
their golf
Would you like the word community word?
It's a golf cart community,
Okay.
and everyone drives their golf cart everywhere. But it's not just a community. I mean, it's self-sufficient. It's got its own banks, restaurants, grocery stores, hospitals,
No way.
everything. And it's very cool. It really is.
Huh.
And when I get too old to where I can't get up and down, on the boat and stuff, then I'll sell this and move down there.
Yeah. Is it all? It's all assisted living, kind of like.
No assisted living.
I meant not like that. I meant is there people around to help if you need it? Like,
if you have neighbors, I mean, that's the only bad thing about it. You have neighbors really close to each other.
oh, okay.
But it could be a good thing and a bad thing depending on who the neighbors are.
There you go.
But they have a place called the Square in each of the areas. There's, probably 5, 6 different major areas
Yeah.
where they have bands that play on the weekend and everyone drives their golf cart up. It's pretty cool. It's a playground for the old people.
Yeah. So what are some places that you would have wanted to move if you didn't retire and go to Georgia? Like, did you have any like ideas of places you wanted to go, or?
No. Like I said, Colorado would have been nice, but the winters there are extreme.
Oh,
So, Georgia, I think, it's a pretty versatile state. Except the one thing that I don't like that I wasn't aware of, they have a state tax.
Mm.
And I mentioned that to you.
Yeah, because me and Rachel are looking to move, so.
Yeah, but Tennessee is very nice too. I might have, I have friends that bought a home in Tennessee, and they have a beautiful ranch out there too. It's very nice out there. It gets cold out there too.
It doesn't, yeah, it's not too bad. I was looking at like the average weather, and like it gets to like 30 sometimes, and then it doesn't.
Yeah, actually, when those storms were coming across the United States, they got some snow, and it's nice because it stays on the ground for a day or two, and then it
Yeah,
melts and it's
exactly.
fine.
Not like New York where you're driving through a foot of snow. So,
Exactly.
but how
Exactly.
far of a drive is it to Tennessee from you?
Um.
Probably like 6 hours.
Yep. Yep.
Nice. So maybe if we move, might take some day trips down to the lake house.
There you go. No, you take a weekend.
Or
You
that's
come
yeah,
down for the
yeah,
weekend.
exactly.
Take off Friday, and you come Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, buddy.
Cool. That'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
That'd be fun.
So what are some places that you would recommend? I know you talked about it a little bit over text, but you said Tennessee was pretty good, northern Florida, and then you said just because
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Yeah, we were looking
Might
at
be.
Charleston, but I've heard it's not a very like
Charleston.
great area.
It's what?
It's not like that great of an area. Like
Charleston?
really?
It's very touristy, Charleston.
Yeah. Well, I think I think we were looking at the it was there's a lot of not crime, but there's a lot of like kind of bad stuff that goes on, I think is what we were looking at. I could have been wrong, but
Really, in every city there is.
that's
But,
fair. Yeah.
I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
Savannah is real cool in Georgia,
Yeah, we were looking at there too.
but take a dart and just throw it on the map and
It's so
see
funny.
where it
Like,
lands.
Rachel was saying it the other day. She's like, it seems so surreal. Like we're not real. She thinks it's like a dream that we're not really gonna move, and I want to, but it is a lot. Like to just pick up and go. And
Sure it is.
But-
Your whole life, your family, you're
know.
leaving your family, you're leaving everybody, all your friends. Yeah, it's a big deal. But you have to do what's best for you at the time.
yeah.
Who knows if your mom is going to actually stay in New York as they get older. They'll
Yeah.
drag Penelope to
Wherever.
South Florida.
Exactly,
Who knows?
yeah. It is like it's gonna be tough. Like if we do decide to move, which I really want to, but part of me thinks also it's not gonna happen only because just the timing, everything's going well for me right now as far as my job. Like I'm not like the biggest fan of my job right now, but like I get paid decent money. My savings is looking good right now, so I'm in a good place. But like I just feel like there's more out there, and like I want to be able to like live a little, even though like it is tough moving everything.
How old are you?
24.
Oh, you're still a pup.
That's what I'm saying. So like I still feel like I can explore a little bit before I have to like settle, you know?
Sure you can. And if things are going well, then, don't mess up a good thing. Just get your plans in place. And it
Yeah.
may take years to get those plans in place. And that's okay because then you execute your plan
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be flawless. Instead of just jumping into something and packing up a U-Haul with, a whole bunch of stuff and moving and then say, shoot, I'm sorry we did this. I wish we would have thought it through more. So just take your time making your decision.
Yeah, the biggest thing too is we haven't really decided on a location yet, so I can't really start looking for a job yet. So like if we decide, like say we decide Savannah, I can look up area like things that I could apply for or call and be like, hey, you guys looking for?
Right.
But like we haven't decided on that, so I'm kind of just waiting. Like, and it is kind of like annoying that we haven't decided on a spot, but
Wait till after this pandemic crap is
yeah,
over
that's
too,
true
because
too.
it's messing everything up.
Yeah.
And then, well, I won't say, but when my president was in office, the whole country was going to bloom after all of this pandemic was over. But now I'm really scared. So, but anyway, we'll
Biden's
get
great.
off that.
Biden's great. Biden's great.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh shit.
No politics.
Yeah, no, I don't really care to talk about it because two reasons I don't really like talking about it. Because one, it creates controversy. I don't really give a shit about that. And then two, I don't know enough to talk about it, and so I might come off as ignorant. So I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, yeah, it's best anyway because everyone has their own opinions.
Exactly,
So.
and that's all it is opinions, and that's a problem. People
Exactly right.
People
and
think
everyone's got
yeah,
them.
exactly. So doesn't matter what you say. You could be Jesus Christ himself, but he had haters. So hey.
Exactly.
Let's see. What are some things I wanted to talk about? Oh, growing up. So said you worked at Publix. Was there any other like? Because you said right out of high school you started at Publix, and then you kind of just became a corporate slave at that point. You were just kind of working,
Mm-hmm.
working. Was there at any point in your life did you have a dream job or anything that you wanted to like you aspired to?
Yes, I actually wanted to work for the post office.
Oh,
To
okay.
be honest with you,
Yeah.
my dream job was a stewardess. Okay, like every girl's job growing up. Oh, I want to fly and be a stewardess.
Oh, like a flight
actually-
attendant? Like a flight attendant?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
correct. Like called stewardesses back then.
Okay, yeah. Well, because I knew I heard that word, but I wasn't too familiar like what it was.
Yeah, yeah. But you know that
That is a cool job though. That's a cool ass job.
Yeah,
though.
it is.
You
I
get to
mean,
travel.
yeah, but see, now during the pandemic, my neighbor actually that used to own the home next to me, he's a pilot for Delta, and Delta, as you know, is extremely successful company. Well, they're hurting big time now because
Yeah, they're
of
in
this
the mud.
pandemic.
They're in the mud.
Yep. So I wanted to be a flight attendant, and that wasn't going to happen. And I tried to get my dad to get me into the post office, but he was already out because he was a postmaster.
Oh wow.
And because I mean, you work for the government, you get paid well, you get raises. I mean, you get paid even after you retire. It's a beautiful thing, but that didn't happen. So I became a glorified, and that's one thing I was embarrassed about when I was young, working at a grocery store.
Yeah.
But who knew? Would I do it all over again, knowing what I know now? Absolutely.
Nice.
I would have strived harder
For more,
and
yeah.
focused earlier than just playing around all those years.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I worked for him for 34 years.
Yeah. Hey, it got you retired.
Actually,
early. That's
37
crazy.
years. What am I talking about? 37.
Damn. That's so long. Holy shit.
Long time. My first job, my first and only job.
Oh my god. That's crazy. I've had like 8 jobs.
Really?
8 or 9 jobs, yeah. But I mean,
Well, that's you millennials.
I don't know. Yeah. I think it's more it's a good and bad thing to me in my opinion. I think because now I have a lot of experience in different things. So like if I go to apply somewhere, I'd be like I've had experience in this, but also it kind of looks bad because like why do I have so many jobs? But I've just
You have a chance to explain that in the interview process.
yeah, just never been happy, like fully happy at a job. I just don't. And a lot of it, like anytime I would go to a place, I've been there probably like a year and a half, 2 years, and then I'd be like, I can't do this anymore. It's not like, just can't put up with the bullshit. That's pretty much what it would be. And like, I feel like no matter where I go with any job, you're gonna have bullshit, but.
Sure.
I think.
And you have to learn that, you know what, you just, whether you agree or you disagree with what they want you to do, you do it.
Yeah.
And you move on and you find out that it's not so bad after all, because I fought that battle many, many times
Yeah.
when I was in supervision, and they made a decision, wanted us to do something, and I would argue with them, it's not the right thing to do, and this is why, and instead of just saying, yes, sir, no, sir, I'll take care of it. I wound up saying that, and after getting aggravated over it, but...
Yeah, it's tough because I'm pretty opinionated. I'm respectful like when it comes to it, but at the end of the day, I like to voice my opinion. If I think something's wrong or shouldn't be done a certain way, I'll say something. And sometimes that can bite me in the ass, but so far it hasn't.
Yeah.
So I think I've been all right.
Well, as long as you do it respectfully.
No, yeah, that's a big thing too. Yeah. But I think I really gotta start looking to get my master's. I want to start once I get my master's, I'll be able to personal train. I kind of want to get into that more, and I also want to and I need to start getting into coaching as soon as possible. But again, with like COVID, I actually called up Syracuse like a month ago and asked if they have any coaching job available, and they just said they're not hiring because things are
yeah.
They don't need as much staff.
I thought weren't you teaching at one point in time?
I was substitute teaching, yeah, and then I just COVID hit, so I had to find another job. Or I was working at Chili's when the quarantine was bigger. Like when quarantine first started, I was working at Chili's, and I was like, I gotta get the hell out of here. Like I hated it, and then I found Raymore, and now I'm working here, and the money I'm making great money, so I was like, I can't just quit this job to substitute teach and make way less than I was doing. So I just kept doing. I'm just been doing this.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's good enough for now, and the money's important right now, then you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, buddy. But so what are some of your best work stories? Because I'm sure working for one company for 37 years, you got some pretty good experiences, or at least good stories to tell us.
Well, I mean, the retail business, I don't know, you've worked in the retail business environment. It's very, the bad thing about the retail environment is you don't get to spend any of the holidays or anything with your family and friends, because that's when we're the busiest at work and working so hard. But one of the really neat things about Publix is the executives who run the company. They're extremely brilliant folks. Yeah. You know, like Danny Wegman, you can relate because Danny Wegman and Howard Jenkins are actually friends.
Yeah, they pretty much run their business the same. So.
Yeah, exactly, with the same methodologies of how they want to go to market, if you will. But that was one thing about Publix is they would come into the store and actually speak to you. I mean, they make a cashier feel like $1 million, which is so important in the work environment now, you know. And I'm saying this is years ago, but now we've just gotten so big that, you know, it's hard to do that anymore. It really is. But, I mean, that's some of the neatest things was meeting the owner, Mr. Jenkins. He would come in he had a jacket, Josh, with little Publix peas all over it. I mean, you know, all the
he looked like Willy Wonka coming into the chocolate factory.
Seriously did. But everyone, he was such a nice guy, and he spoke to everyone, and you know, he would talk to you just like you were a regular person. Yeah. You know. And they appreciated you too, because they would like for your 5-year, your 10-year, your 15-year, they would have breakfasts until like your 20th year. Then you go to a dinner and they'd celebrate you. And it really is important in the work environment because, you know, you can just, you know, you said you hated your job. This is, you know, everyone has to work, and this is one little thing that they do to make your time working there, you know, letting them know that they appreciate you.
Yeah.
So that was I really enjoyed meeting that. And as I got up into the supervision, it was pretty neat being close with a lot of the big wigs, if you will,
Yeah, the
because
suits.
I
That's what I
knew,
call it, the
yeah,
suits.
the suits. Actually, they didn't wear suits. They
No, yeah.
became, yeah, they had to wear ties, and then they just changed that. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, I guess.
Hmm.
But it was really neat knowing them. And one of the biggest highlights is flying on the corporate jet. Holy moly, talking about feeling like $1 million. You go to this little
Well, because
private
that's what they're making.
airport.
They're making millions of dollars.
You go to this little private airport. They put out a red carpet. You walk down the
No
carpet, and
way. They put out a red carpet.
dude, they do. They do. It's cool as hell.
Oh
And
shit.
and you don't have to go through the madness of the airports and stuff. You hop on the jet. This was a jet that actually I think was owned by Natuzzi Leather,
Hmm.
and it was a 9-seater. And we flew to, where'd we go? We went to North Carolina. Man, talking about you feel rich, lifestyle, the rich and famous.
Sheesh. That's the end
It
goal
re-
right there. I'm trying to get there. You know.
I'm saying, yeah, but that's way rich, but that is a very cool environment. Not many people get to experience.
No, yeah. I mean, that's the one percenters. So,
Yes, if that.
dude. It kind of reminds me of when Uncle Brian and Jen took me to Paris.
Yeah,
We got
sweet.
upgraded. We got upgraded to first class because there was an extra seat, and we felt like $1 million. I was like 16 or 15 or something, and it was so funny. I was like, "This is awesome! I'm in first class!" Like I
I know.
get
Can I have some more chips,
no,
please?
it was pretzels. Pretzels. I and I felt so bad. I bet this lady at the time I was loving it because like the flight attendants always came and asked if you wanted anything. I swear I asked for cranberry juice like 4 times and I asked for pretzels like probably 10. And and this lady she probably didn't care, but it was just funny because
No, she don't care.
I'm like this
She's
15-year-old.
saying she's saying this sucker paid enough for these seats. We can give him a dang bottle of cranberry juice.
It was funny. I just kept asking for that, and now anytime that comes up, Brian is like, "Yeah, all you ate was cranberry juice and pretzels the whole time."
And pretzels,
It was
right?
so fun. It was great. It was super fun, and I
Now,
know.
see, I've never flown for first class.
Oh, really? I've only flown 4 times in my life, and one of them was first class, but
Yeah,
it
well,
was funny.
that's neat, especially going to Paris. You flew first
Yeah,
class.
it was cool because
Wow.
I got to lay fully back, like it was like a bed.
Exactly,
It was
exactly
awesome.
right.
8 hour. It
Exactly.
was I think it was like 8 hours or 10-hour flight. I'm
That's
pretty sure.
cool. That's nice that Brian did that for
All the
all
grandkids
the
or
kids.
the
Yeah,
nephews, nieces and nephews. Yeah.
yeah, and Jen's they did it as well
Oh, did they? Nice.
on Jen's
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's very nice because they gave you guys an experience that you'll never
Never forget.
probably be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'll be able to do it. Come on now, relax, all right?
that's right. I'm sorry, I underestimated you.
That's all right. But no, I definitely that's a goal in my life for sure is traveling. I'm not like I don't know if I'll go overseas, but I would like to explore the states more. Like
Yes, there's so much in the United States that you need to explore, and that
exactly,
is one thing that I wish I kind of had done. But when you're working, you don't have that
exactly,
luxury.
exactly. I don't have the time
Uh,
to do that, so
exactly.
that's why I'm
But you
trying.
get
That's why I'm trying to make it before 40. You know, I got.
right. Better hurry.
I know. I mean, I'm only
Um,
24. I got years. So.
Now you got a long life ahead of you.
Oh yeah, I
But
know.
there are so many beautiful areas across the United States. I mean, no matter what interests you, um, you know, we have it. We have it to offer. I'm always been leery of going overseas. I went to Ireland and Iceland on a cruise and stuff. It's nice, but there's you go into the port one day and you're done and you're off on the road again per se.
Yeah.
But I'd be leery in traveling in times like this because
Well,
it's just
times
so
like this is
crazy.
different because COVID's different, but like we never had to deal with this. Like this is just a year. We've only been in this for a year and a half now, but
Well, not even just COVID. I'm afraid of the wackos that are out there.
oh yeah, I mean that's
I
been.
mean,
I think
in a
they've been
grocery
around. They've
sto-
been around. Like
in a grocery store in Denver, the poor people are. It's just crazy.
yeah,
But
I mean people are gonna be
that's what I'm scared of.
crazy. People are crazy anywhere you go. But I think, believe it or not, one of the coolest things I've wanted to do is go to like a not necessarily a third world country, but like go to like countries where you kind of just walk through those marts and you're like literally kind of like in I'd say like Africa or something like cool countries where it's a very cultural. Like I'd love to see that stuff. I think the
Countries where what?
countries where it's very cultural, like different cultures and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
would be kind of cool. I would love to see that kind of stuff and those experiences and stuff. Maybe like go to like islands. I don't know, like watching shows and stuff when they travel to other places, and like I'll see all these like cool experiences that other people in other countries are doing. It's like, man, I'd love to do that shit. Just to
Yeah,
try
and the
it.
foods and the
Yeah,
foods
and
they
try a bunch of different.
experience.
Yeah, like I would love to do that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
one step at a
There
time.
you go. So,
One step at a time.
all right, so get in that field then, and you can travel for work. You
Yeah,
know,
right? Imagine.
like Jen.
That's yeah. She travels like to Europe all the time. It's crazy.
I know.
I don't. I feel like she's. I bet she gets sick of it, right? She has to, like she does it so often. I bet she has to get sick of it at some point, or maybe it might not be like.
I think she pretty much loves her job.
Oh, I'm sure she loves it. I mean, I would too if I was making money. So. But no, traveling for me, like the way I think I'd be able to do that, as far as like the states, because again, I want to travel the states, being able to coach. So if I'm coaching a team, we have to travel, right? And so I feel like I'd get the opportunity to travel a lot if I was coaching a team.
What
So,
sport?
Football.
Football?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't mind going. I wouldn't mind going in other sports. I just don't know. I feel like right now I don't know enough. But obviously you get experience. So like if I started coaching another sport, I would like.
Yeah, but you got to kind of follow your heart. You're always been a football guy. Not that you
Exactly. Yeah.
don't follow basketball and stuff. You know
Yeah.
that. I mean, this way you. Like, what prerequisites are there to being a coach?
Honestly, most of it just comes from experience. So like, I again like that's why I like I really need to start getting into like just taking an entry level job at a school or like a team. Even if I was like I don't
Just
know.
get your foot in the door. For
Yeah,
right now.
an equipment manager or some stupid shit like that. Like even if I'm just doing that, like I'm making sure everything's ready to go, like stupid things like that, and then eventually work your way up to like
Find a school where the coach is old, so this
I'll
way
help
you
him.
can just slide right on in, slide into that position.
nah. And then like I honestly don't even care to like maybe one day do like head coaching. I would prefer a positional coach, like being able to work directly with running backs or working directly with wide receivers or maybe DBs or something where I can like focus on specifics, whereas a head coach has to do it all. So maybe like at the start, just do that, or be an assistant coach, maybe just help out.
Well,
But yeah,
that's what most of them do. They work their way up,
yeah,
positional coaches, but when you get to that head coach position, yes, there's stress big time.
oh yeah, I'm sure it
mean,
is. But I
you're-
mean, they're the main guy. Like they're the people. Like if
Yep,
people have
you're
questions,
expected to win.
exactly. So, but I like that. I like it. It's competitive. I've always been competitive, so that's what I gotta. Like,
No,
yeah, unfortunately,
no, that's not. It's not a bad thing.
no, it's not.
But you just got to win.
Exactly, exactly. We
Like
don't
Buffalo.
lose. We don't lose out here, you know.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you swallow those words.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. Zach took my money when last time we were in Georgia. So.
Zach's birthday was when?
Zach's birthday was 3 days ago.
Yesterday?
3 days ago.
What'd he do?
We all hung out at the house and we had some Tullies. It was great.
Oh, cool.
Have you ever had Tullies?
Uh-uh.
Oh my
What is
god.
it?
It's they're basically, I'd say 90% of the people that go there get their chicken tenders, and their chicken tenders are so good. Like,
Are they?
oh my god, they're so good.
Is that what he wanted for his birthday?
Yeah, like we all got our like chicken tender meals and stuff. Dude, it's amazing. I love.
Oh,
If any of you
huh.
watching, any of you listening at home, if you've never had Tully's, because I think it's in New York. I don't think it's a
Yeah, I thought it was a seafood place in Tully's.
no, it's a upstate New York thing. So if you're ever in upstate New
Uh,
York, or if you live here and you never had it, you definitely need to try Tully's. It's really good. Definitely recommend. And it's not even expensive. It's like, I think it's like $12 for 10 tenders. That's what I usually get. So
Dang,
yeah, it's good though.
jeez. Cool.
Definitely
I'll
worth
have
it.
to try it when I come visit.
Definitely. No, I swear it's like amazing. Some kids that lived in, or like some kids that went to Cortland, they like kids that I, well, they were friends with Rachel. I knew them through Rachel. They've never had Tully's, and so when we went out one time, I was like we were trying to figure out where we want to eat, and I was like, dude, we got to go to Tully's if you've never had it. And they're like, all right, and they were hesitant because they're like, it's just chicken tenders, like how good they could they be? And then like the next day, Rachel got a text from them and was like, anytime you guys want to go back to Tully's, we're down. Like we're ready to
Really?
go. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, you're serious about your food. I saw one of your segments on chicken sandwiches.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, we're actually, me and my buddies just recorded another video where we blind taste tested Gatorade and see if we could guess the flavor. It was pretty funny. And then at the end, we all did it individually where we mixed flavors. Well, my friends were douchebags and put mustard in mine, and I drank it, and I
Oh,
was so
dude.
it's funny, but like I was actually so annoyed because when I drank it, I was like, I knew I tasted something thick. And I was like, what the hell did I just drink? And they were like, oh, we're not telling you. And I was like, and I watched it back. There was literally a thing of mustard. It was so gross. It was a little thing of mustard in there on the top of my glass. And I drank it.
That's your buddies. That's your buddies.
I was so annoyed. So,
You should have known better
see, the thing is,
than to trust them.
listen, I made a little, so with one of our buddies, he doesn't drink, so I didn't mess with his drink. But the other one, he'll like have a drink occasionally. I put a little bit of vodka in his. And it was like funny, and then they screwed me over by putting a bunch of random shit in mine, and I was like, what the hell?
Ugh.
But
Well, it could have been worse.
yeah, but it
Worse
was
than mustard.
yeah, I was pissed. Well, the best part was because I smelt it because sometimes you can smell the Gatorade flavor, and so I smelt it, and they're like, oh, no cheating, and I'm like, dude, I gotta smell it to see the flavors, and I swear I smelt vinegar, and because there's vinegar in mustard, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
dude, what the hell is that smell? And so afterwards, I'm like, I knew I smelled fucking vinegar, and they're like, my buddy Nick was like, there's no vinegar. And I'm like, dude, there's fucking vinegar and mustard, you idiot.
What flavor did they put it in?
I don't even know.
What
I
flavor
think they did like
Gatorade?
the blue. They did like blue and lemon lime or some shit. But I didn't even taste anything because the mustard was so strong. Kind of just, it didn't taste like anything, which is why I couldn't guess what it was. It was just so gross, and it was whatever. It was funny though. So,
Your friends.
jackasses. But I think we're good. I don't really have much else to talk about. Obviously, we could probably talk all day about like just our lives and stuff. But you got any questions or like any things you want to know about me right now? I feel like
About you.
I feel like we know pretty much
no,
everything.
I know a lot about you.
Yeah.
But when you decide, or when you guys start thinking about moving, really just do your due diligence and find out everything you need to know. And I mean, you may laugh, but get yourself a list of the positives and the negatives of each area, and
Yeah.
not only the area, but let's say the taxes of that area, and because I mentioned the taxes with Georgia, and they're getting taxes on money I didn't even earn in Georgia. So, but that's hindsight, whatever.
Yeah.
Can't control. That's the government. But just do
Do your due diligence.
due diligence,
Yeah, yeah.
and search everything out, and You guys gonna get married soon?
Nah, we're waiting for COVID, definitely for that, because if we're gonna have a wedding,
You want
we
you
want
want
to.
to have a big shindig?
Well, no, I don't know if I want big. I just want it to be fun, and I don't want to have this like mask bullshit and like all the regulations for weddings right now. It's like I want to wait until it's all passed and we can enjoy ourselves without having to worry about it. So
No, that makes sense. That
yeah,
makes
plus it's a
sense.
lot of money.
Yeah, right. Hey, uh, real quick, I put Brian told me to put those new putter handles on. They're nice.
New
Have,
putter handles?
yeah, they're those real thick ones that everyone's using now. That Brian says all the pros are using.
I have no idea. I don't.
Oh, they're cool. They're cool.
Speaking
Anyway,
of, I gotta get your putter out of my closet.
yes, and give it to your mother because
Yeah,
I already bought a new handle for that too.
there
So
you go.
I'm ready.
Shit, now you took my
I'm
putter.
ready.
Now I don't have one, so now I gotta get one.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
You don't even golf anymore.
It's been snowing the past 4 months or 3 months, whatever. You don't realize we live in New York. Like
Oh, do you?
oh
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha. I
we don't have
forget.
that Georgia weather. We can't just go whenever the
Yeah,
hell we want.
that's true. That's true. That's
But
true.
it is also the one thing I wish is golf is so expensive. I wish it was a little cheaper because like I would go golfing every day, but the problem is it's so expensive, and I don't want to.
There's no little executive courses around
No,
there?
there is one course around us that's like $8 for 9 holes, so that's what we'll probably do. But
Perfect.
yeah,
That's perfect.
yeah, and I'm not
I
that
mean,
great, so
you're
it's just practice.
exactly.
Exactly.
Just get out there and hit the ball, learn your clubs, how far you can hit them, blah blah blah,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So,
and that's it.
nah,
So
but at some point we got to go down again and visit you guys or visit you, and then we'll go golfing again for sure.
yeah, I'm here anytime. You just got to call and make reservations because
Oh, your
it books
busy
up
hotel. You
during the
gotta be
summer. It books up during the summer.
Janie's motel books up. No
Motel, the
vacancy.
no-tell motel.
Yeah, the there's no vacancy for like
Yeah,
months.
that's right. Exactly.
But
Exactly.
well, Janie, I want to thank you for joining me. I appreciate you spending some time with me talking on the podcast. Um, quick little thing before we go. Growing up, you and I were never that close, but I appreciate us like now more. We've been getting a lot closer and feel more like a family because like, obviously
Absolutely.
we didn't you always lived in a different state, and so like when I was younger, we never really like took the time to
Didn't know
talk.
each
Yeah,
other,
exactly.
really.
Practically didn't know each other my entire life, and then I'm glad that we've gotten a lot closer. But
Exactly. And that's one thing you always remember. Just keep family close because that's all you have. It in the end,
yeah,
family's important. So
and even if they're far away,
you
just give them a call, a text.
exactly text exactly. Hey, what's up? And we do that all the time. And
Yeah,
all of a sudden, okay, we're done. you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But I love you, and you turned out to be a fine young man, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
And you picked a good girl, Rachel, and Mom did good raising you.
Pain in the ass,
So,
but yeah, I love her. And I love you too,
uh,
Janie. Thank you.
all right, bro.
All right, you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your thunderstorm that you're dealing with right now.
Yeah, I know it's getting bad out there.
Well, stay safe. Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, Josh. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. That was my Aunt Janie. Very wonderful woman. Love her to death. Again, like I was just saying, we gotten a lot closer recently. But if you enjoyed this episode, drop a like, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Just Joshin. Peace.